How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 11, Episode 15 of The Walking Dead. This episode is titled Trust. Now, last episode had a lot of juicy shit going on. We had Toby, taking out the community, or the riverbed community. Maggie and Negan reunited. Negan's got a wife, or he's engaged, and he's also got a baby on the way. There was a scene between Herschel and Negan. Herschel got captured by the Commonwealth soldiers. Negan saved him. Herschel found out that Negan was the guy who killed his dad. And we had a good, emotional, intense scene there. Then we had, Toby getting killed by Aaron. Toby's death was a good death. I just think his character was kind of underutilized. But it does say something, though. Toby, as a villain, was, 100 times better than the Reapers. But yeah, like I said, Aaron killed Toby. He kicked all them riverbed survivors off the top of the roof, and then he suffered the same fate, except he survived the fall and got ripped apart. And then we had Daryl and Rosita being sent on a mission by Sebastian to go get some cash for him. Turns out he sent a lot of people to get cash, and no one made it back. But there was one survivor, April, until she ultimately died anyway. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But Carol knew something was wrong. Daryl didn't pop up for dinner, or didn't show up for dinner anyway. And she got Mercer, and then Mercer helped them. They got out, and Mercer decided to kill the two, bodyguards, or the two fucking grunts of Sebastian, because he was pissed off. And then right at the end of the episode, it was revealed that Leah was the one who killed the Commonwealth soldiers and took the supplies, which started the whole riverbend thing. So yeah, pretty excited to see what happens in this episode based off the promo. It seems like we're catching up to this Daryl outside Hilltop scene. I don't think Daryl's going to be 100% on board with Commonwealth, just based on the recent episodes, because I don't know, it's kind of misleading, honestly, because it makes you think Daryl's on the bad side, but whatever. Also, we'll have to see if Connie and Kelly pop back up, because they've been gone for fucking forever. Also, where the fuck is Virgil? Can I just point out that for a second? Where's Virgil gone? He just vanished. What? Anyway, let's stop doolalleying around and get right into the fucking episode.
It's only a matter of time.
Oh, holy shit, is that Toby? Hell yeah. I'm surprised they didn't rip him apart more. Oh wow, they've actually got a crime scene set up. What the fuck? Also, why is he not wearing the armor again?
This is not a good look. Puts all of us in a very tough spot. And the people here killed every last one of our trained, armed, and armored soldiers, but not you two.
Yeah.
That's your story.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't stand near the edge, Gabe and Aaron. That's a bit dangerous. That green screen's terrible, by the way.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense for a bunch of crazed, violent strangers to just keep the two of you alive.
Your guy lost control of the situation. We're not going to take the fall for this.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers here. We all want the same thing, right?
Not really, no.
Those monsters are on the loose. We need to smoke them out. Start with the Hilltop. See if our friends heard anything. Better suit up, soldier.
Yeah, Daryl's not fully on board here. Make you think Daryl's on the bad side. Also, apparently it's been 6 months. I don't know how that works. Doesn't feel like it's been 6 months. There's Vic. There he is. There he is. He's dead. He's dead. Mercer. Oh. My man. They did it. They did the comic book arc. And they also did it. You know what I'm saying?
We're pretty awesome at this sex thing. I've had a lot of sex, and you've had a lot of sex.
What the fuck?
I think you're part robot.
You could basically pull off a Terminator.
But it didn't really look like basking, more like stewing. If there was anything you needed to get off your chest, I'm pretty freaking great at listening. You're gonna be late for work.
He doesn't even fit in that vest. He's that massive. Connie and Kelly finally, after fucking how many episodes now?
Alright, so what's up?
Sebastian, forced Daryl and I to steal cash. They had done this before. They had sent civilians in. Think about that woman, April.
Maybe Connie remembers the list of names. Maybe April was on the list of names.
Tried to figure it out, but we just kept hitting dead ends.
Okay. Well, that explains why it took them so long.
April Martins. That could be her, right?
There's something else going on here.
If the Miltons are involved, they'll keep it locked up.
Or if Lance is involved. I mean, why doesn't Eugene talk about what happened with him?
I might know someone.
Max, I'm surprised Eugene didn't mention what happened with Lance. Also, they're going to school? What the fuck?
Good day, young friends.
Oh, he's had the surgery.
Well, losing a tumor the size of a grapefruit works wonders. Least I can do is say thank you. Took your words to heart about doing something extra. I'd love to show you if you're free.
Can't. I'm swamped at work. It's complicated. I just have some things that I need to figure out first. It's better that you don't even know about it.
You think this place would make life easier, huh?
Makes it more complicated.
There's a lot more gray instead.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks very grey too with the filter they're using. Oh.
Why don't you two take care of this? Where's the problem?
The way Daryl walks. They love that slow-mo. I feel like they do it way too often now, though. Oh. That works, I guess. What the fuck, Lance? Lance!
I barely broke a sweat. Nice! Helmet on, soldier.
Yeah, Daryl's definitely not on board. What is wrong with Daryl's armor? What the fuck is going on there? It doesn't even fit him. Like, what? What's up with Tommy? He's drinking. He lost a patient.
Are you feeling okay? This is about a friend of mine. She needs a small procedure, appendectomy.
This is incredibly risky.
I understand.
And not just for her, for everyone.
Who's he talking about?
I lost a patient this morning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was here, Ezekiel, in a hospital.
What the fuck is Eugene doing? Was he hiding behind that?
You want me to look for secret files?
Yes.
This involves the Miltons?
Young psychopath, at least. People have died. More are missing. Your brother can corroborate.
Michael?
Wait, Michael Mercer. Interesting, because the actor's name's Michael James Shaw, isn't it? What the fuck is this music, Dan McCrae? Also, was Aaron and Gabe in that, like, flash forward in episode 9?
What do you want?
You wouldn't mind if we just took a quick look around, right?
I gave you my answer.
There we go. Yeah, like, Aaron and Gabe weren't in that scene.
I'll talk to her.
And why would you do that?
Let me do this.
Doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah, like, Aaron and Gabe weren't in that scene.
Ain't nobody leaving until they look around. I ain't asking you to trust him.
Trust me.
I'm asking you to trust me.
I mean, Elijah probably went off screen to help the survivors, the other survivors, but I think it's Riverbend survivors, like Negan and that. Because they're probably in Hilltop somewhere. Oh, maybe not. Elijah's there. Don't know Eduardo or Cal, though. They've just vanished. This music again. It's the same music that played in episode 9. Jesus fucking Christ, he's a menace. Look at him.
You gonna tell me what's going on? A heist? People missing?
Why would you keep something like this from me?
I mean, what you want to hear? This place ain't perfect. People hurt each other. People kill each other. It happens all the time. It's part of the job.
I guess.
I'm not a little kid anymore, Mike.
His name's Mike. Like, what the fuck?
Let it go. It's over.
And what about Sebastian?
Again, you already know. Come on, now. I go after the kid. What happens then? You think that kind of insubordination is gonna slide? If the Commonwealth falls, a lot more people are gonna wind up dead than the ones in that house.
Yeah, like, the whole of Commonwealth isn't corrupt. It's just the higher ups.
You could be so much more.
They become a leader.
But maybe that's just me being naive.
Who's Ezekiel trying to help? Why they were hiding in the trailer. I felt like the military was looking for them.
You're handling it well.
I've broken my share of rules once upon a time.
Ready?
Meanwhile, like, Daryl and Maggie go out immediately as soon as they pass.
Oh!
What the fuck was that, dude? How did you manage to do that? Why has he took off his armor again? What the fuck is Daryl doing, dude?
This new?
It doesn't run.
It does run, though.
Not a lot of cars running these days.
Got something you want to say? Won't you just say it?
Daryl needs to, like, calm down a little bit.
Sure is clean for a truck that just sits here. No wonder she won't work. The starter relay's disconnected. Let's test it out.
Really, that's all they did to it? Just to, like, come on. What is this build-up about? I mean, I wouldn't stand in front of it. Lance is fucked up. Like, he could just drive into you. Haha, there we go. I was about to say. There's no way she'd just unplug one thing.
You and your people have till sundown.
Thing is, though, Maggie was a little worried there in her face. Like, you could see she was a little bit But I guess she did that to fool Lance. So where is Negan and everyone? They've been arrested? What?
I can handle him from here.
Not all trouble is bad trouble. We already pulled you out of work.
Where they're helping people? Oh, that's genius.
You really have been busy.
Teresa's in the back.
Oh, what the fuck? Why does this look like the sanctuary?
I wanted to apologize earlier. This whole thing is new to me. I mean, not the sex part, but us. And I don't want to.
God damn.
I killed 2 of my men, and I covered it up. That's not how it came up. That's not how my parents raised me.
Because he's basically doing what the Miltons are doing, right? Killing people and covering it up.
I spent all my life trying to keep it together.
Why don't we go inside and we figure it out together?
Fair enough. Oh. How does Herschel know the specific grave Glenn's at? I guess. There's a lot of graves there that aren't even marked.
Hey,
Oh. Why the fuck was Lance down there? What was he doing?
taking any exciting trips lately?
Nah, Herschel's not going to vat out the survivors just because Negan's in them, right?
Is there anything you want to tell me?
Yeah, the guy who killed my dad is in the basement somewhere.
I found this hat all the way back where the bad things happened.
It fits perfectly.
Perfect fit.
Elijah, calm down. Uh-oh.
Back off! Now!
I mean, Daryl, you're fucked. There's way too many of them.
Plenty others have made the mistake of threatening my family. Most of them are dead now.
Yeah, but look how many people you're surrounded by.
Time to drop the guns before something really fucking bad happens.
What the fuck? F-bomb! That's the first F-bomb we've ever had! Like, on, like, the cable TV shit, right? Like, the only F-bombs are in the Blu-ray. Give Negan an F-bomb. Like, what the fuck?
Sorry if there was any miscommunication. Shame we couldn't be friends.
He's actually sinister. Like, what the fuck? He's so much more better than his comic version. It's insane. So basically, you're telling me that like, flash forward in episode 9 was kind of pointless with Daryl? Didn't really do anything, did it?
Something's about to go down. Just keep your eyes open.
I mean, Daryl just aimed his gun at Lance. I don't think Lance is gonna want Daryl still alive, I think.
After all we've been through, got a fresh start. What's going on in there?
She doesn't know what to do.
After everything, you're sitting here glowing.
Came from a spark that you helped me find.
Who? Ezekiel.
We need you back here.
Uh-oh. What the fuck happened?
Too late.
Was it the alien from fucking Aliens who's gonna pop out? There we go.
More procedure.
Oh.
Can we talk?
I felt like it was Commonwealth soldiers coming in.
It's not my intention to put you in a tight spot if this arrangement makes you uncomfortable.
It does.
My friends and I will find another avenue.
We know what we know.
I'll be by your side, hell or high water.
I mean, you found one another under weird circumstances, but yes. Uh-oh. Oh. There it is. Is that his first kiss? What? Leah? Okay, you're telling me that the fucking Commonwealth soldiers found Leah. Or Lance is working with Leah.
We're here to talk.
Okay.
You are not easy to track down.
I mean, she's a Reaper. The last one. Because for some reason, Daryl didn't go after her and kill her.
The least you can do is hear what I have to say before you kill us.
That fucking music did.
Talk fast.
And I'm here to offer you a job.
He's gonna send her in to kill Maggie or something.
I'll need to see her when she's dead.
Yeah.
I'm doing this my
Mid-season finale? No, it isn't.
My men.
Someone's dying next episode, dude. Like, if we don't have a big death next episode, I am going to throw hands. Because it's getting ridiculous at this point. That was an alright episode. It was alright. It was a bit slow, but I guess it is an episode 15, so it's technically just build up to the finale. Which seems to be the case for every episode of the show. It's all build up to the finale. Or the mid-season finale, as they're calling it. Which it isn't, because episode 12 is the mid-season point for season 11 because it's 24 episodes, 12 episodes in the first half, 12 episodes in the second half. That equals 24. But whatever. I'm kind of surprised they dropped an F-bomb. You know what I mean? Like, that was out of nowhere. Like, they've literally never done an F-bomb before. You kind of had one in season 9 where Daryl went he went, fuck. Like, I don't know what it was. It was like a pfft. And you also had Rosita early on in this season where she got hit, like, I think by the actress who played Lydia. I think Cassidy. Like, she hit Rosita or Christian in the back or on the shoulder and she screamed fuck, and that was in the actual take. But I don't think that counts either, honestly. Maybe it does. I don't think it should, though. Like, you need to give Negan an F-bomb, dude. I mean, granted, he's got, like, 24 F-bombs in the Blu-ray. Sadly, we never actually got, like, Season 7 Blu-ray, like, Negan version where Negan just dropped a shit ton of F-bombs because they said they filmed, like, each Negan scene twice. But we never saw that in the Blu-ray. So, I don't know. I've got to give credit where credit's due. Like, Lance, they've improved his character so fucking much. I say it, like, every episode he's in now at this point. Like, he was so terrible in the comics. Like, he just kind of felt pointless in the comics. It was like, why was he there? But here, like, he's leading the pack. Like, he's leading the charge to Hilltop and shit. You know what I think he's going to do? Maybe he's, like, the plan is to, like, take all the communities by force and he's just using this, like, Riverbend community as an excuse to do that. He's sinister, but at the same time, he's kind of charming, too. It's weird. He's like, literally, he is like season 3 governor before, like, the governor got stabbed in the eye. Like, he's charming and he seems like somewhat of a nice guy, but clearly there's a sinister side to him. I'm still kind of annoyed that we haven't, like, gone back to, like, the Resistance storyline. They set it up in episode 10, but they never elaborated on it. And it also feels like the Commonwealth isn't, like, 50,000 survivors for some reason. It just feels like a very small community because we only see so many characters. But budget, I guess, right? Mercer and Princess. They actually got together. Now, granted, obviously, we had hints of it building throughout the season, but finally they had the scene, or a similar scene from the comics in this episode, you know, where they were kind of, like, in bed together. You know, that's cool. It's great. Also, it's really good to see more of Mercer, though, like, as a character. Like, he's not just this, like, guy wearing armor all the time. Like, we get to see, like, how he feels, you know, and we get to explore his character a little bit. Like, the show shouldn't be ending, honestly, because this, like, honestly, the Commonwealth story arc could go on for 2 seasons. I mean, basically it kind of has, honestly, but they fucking had the shitty Reaper storyline for some reason. And they've still got the Reaper storyline going now with Leah at the end. And apparently she's going to go kill Maggie. Come on, dude. Get this Reaper shit over and done with. I bet you, how much you want to bet that Leah gets, like, fucking, spoiler alert, Dwight's death from the comics? I could see it happening. Like, Leah's about to kill Maggie, and then, or, like some of the survivors, and then Daryl just, like, says stop and shoots her or something, you know, or tries to stop her before shooting her in the head, which is what Vic did to Dwight, because Dwight pointed his gun at Pamela, I think, right? Based off the promo of next episode, Lance needs Leah to kill Maggie, right? I don't seem bothered by that because AMC, for some fucking reason, decided to spoil that Maggie survives the show. Why even try to make tension or build tension with these characters if we know they're going to be safe? It just adds so much more pointless scenes. You know what I mean? You have this, like, scene with a character struggling with a walker. It's like, well, it doesn't matter, dude. It's filler. Like, they're going to survive. Basically, the whole show's filler at this point because we know, like, 4 characters are going to make it out. 4 of the main characters are. So it's just like, what the fuck? Like, the earlier days of The Walking Dead is like, it gets you on the edge of your seat because you don't know who's going to die. I mean, they fucking killed Carl. They killed Carl. That's when they, honestly, even though I don't agree with Carl's death, at least the show had the balls to kill Carl off. You know, nowadays they don't have the balls to kill anyone off. They haven't killed anyone in, like, a season. Anyone big, anyway. Like, the last big death was probably the Pikes. Like, in terms of, like, big characters that have been around for, like, 3 or 4 seasons, probably the Pikes. Like, Henry wasn't really that big of a death. Tara was. Enid was, I feel like. Season 2 had fucking, like, Sophia, Dale, and Shane all die within a couple of episodes of each other. Season 3 had fucking Laurie die and T-Dog in the same episode, and then they killed Merle and Andrea an episode after each other. And then Season 4 was Herschel and the Governor. Season 5, obviously you had Lizzie and Mika too, but they're not like big characters. Like Herschel and Governor are big characters. Like the Governor is like a main villain. I guess you can count Alpha and Beta, right, because they're like main villains, but I don't know. And not many villains are going to survive in The Walking Dead. Like, the only one who has is Negan. That's just how I kind of feel about, like, the deaths. Like, it's just a shame Angela Kang's era started so strong, and I feel like now she's kind of, like, I don't know, giving up with deaths. And also forgetting about a shit ton of characters. I said it at the beginning of the reaction, or this video. Like, where the fuck is Virgil? Like, it feels like so many storylines are just missing for some reason. Like, it would be so cool to learn about, like, oh, like, Virgil knows where Michonne went. Why doesn't Virgil say that to the survivors? Like, oh, Michonne went to go get some guy called Vic, and then, like, Daryl, like, is shocked or something. Like, I don't know, that'd be such a cool scenario. But I guess I'm just sidelining it for shitty Reaper stuff, because for some reason Leah's still alive. No, like, hate on the actress who plays Leah. I think she's doing a good job. It's just a shame the material isn't that great, honestly. The Reaper storyline was literally filler. It was. No matter what you'll say, it is filler. The whole premise of the Reaper storyline was the survivors needed to get food and supplies for Alexandria. Then when they get the food and supplies, Commonwealth arrives anyway, and then they do a time jump. So it's just like, what was the point? Like, they immediately get back to Alexandria with the food and supplies, and then Commonwealth arrives literally like 5 to 10 minutes later. It's like, what was the point of the Reaper storyline? Just to have, like, the Alexandria survivors do something, story-wise? Like, it's just weird. I do find it weird that Pamela hasn't really popped up that much. Considering she's meant to be the leader of this big community, and she's only popped up within... Actually, no, it's only been one episode, hasn't it? Or maybe 2? I think 2, maybe? Yeah, it was like 2 episodes, episode 10 and 12, right? I also really like that Ezekiel's helping out the people of the Commonwealth because they can't get, like, surgery or treatment because they're stuck in that fucking stupid line for some reason. Like, what the Commonwealth sucks, dude. I mean, it doesn't suck. It's probably a great community, but the only problem is it's not a community. There's a divide, you know, between the people and the higher ups. Also, where's Jerry gone? Jerry just vanished. It would be cool if Jerry was helping Ezekiel out. It would make sense. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, Jerry was with Ezekiel when he went to get his surgery. See, this is the problem with this season. It seems like they're skipping a lot of, like, cool scenes. Like, imagine seeing Ezekiel get out of the surgery and like the reaction of the characters seeing that, like, oh, he's all good, you know. It's a shame they didn't do that. Also, RJ and fucking Judith going into school. I'm kind of worried though. If they are trying to follow the comics a bit more closely, are we gonna get a time jump, like a massive time jump, at the end of the season? I hope not, because if they have to change the actors, it just wouldn't feel the same if the new actors met Vic. You know, because we've had this building dynamic with Kaylee and the guy who plays RJ, the kid who plays RJ. You know, like, it just wouldn't work. We fell in love with them portrayals of the characters. It's like having, like, Chandler Viggs play Carl for so many years and then a new actor takes over. Eugene and Max. Eugene kissed Max. That was a long time coming. Like, that was building up since, what, season 10, episode 6? Since they first started talking? Jesus. It's like over a season and a half. Maybe even more than that, because you have the 6 extra, like, COVID episodes too. Also, in the reaction, I did say that it was his first kiss. I wasn't 100% about that. I don't think it was, considering he was with fake Stephanie, right? So he probably kissed her. Which, by the way, episode 11 to me feels like filler. Does anyone else not feel that? Because Eugene hasn't talked about that situation with Lance that happened. He's not talked about this undercover like agency or whatever's going on. It just seems a bit weird that he wouldn't bring that up. Like, to me, that just seems like filler. Like, are we going to touch on that at some point? Probably not, considering the writing team seems to forget about characters a lot in Angela Kang's era. Like, where the fuck's Virgil gone? Where's Cal and Eduardo? Where's fucking Luke? They just don't explain where any of the characters go. They just vanish. Or, like, certain characters' storylines just feel rushed. For instance, the Reaper storyline, Leah as a character, the Daryl and Leah relationship, the Negan shit of him coming back and suddenly he's engaged and got a baby on the way. Like, that's rushed as fuck. There's no chemistry there. Like, I don't think we're even going to see them kiss. Let's be honest. Like, she'll probably die before... What if Annie gets fucking Laurie's death from the comics? Ooh! I could see that. Like, if we do a little bit of a time jump, and, like, things in the Commonwealth are kind of getting a little bit better after they've dealt with Lance and stuff, but not perfect, and then the resistance starts, and then there's this ongoing war in the Commonwealth, and Annie's give birth, and she's running with the baby, and one of the Commonwealth soldiers shoots, or Lance, if he's not dead, shoots Annie. Oh, that would be a cool remix. It'd be fucked, but it would be a cool remix of that scene from the comics. Sure, it'd be fucked up for Negan though. Imagine but I feel like Negan would see it as like payback in a way. Like I got what I deserved. I think it'll fuck him up even more though, because like Lucille's death fucked him up. Imagine him losing a kid. It still hasn't set in that the show's ending, and I think it won't, because we have all these spin-offs getting announced, right? And all these characters we know are going to survive, and their stories are probably going to be continued. Like, why would I care that the show's ending? It's not like when like Breaking Bad ended. It's like, oh shit, you know, that's the end. That's it for these characters. It's done. And then obviously eventually we did get, you know, Better Call Saul, which is a prequel, and then we did get, you know, the El Camino movie. But it's just not the same with Walking Dead ending. You can't really be upset about it ending, considering it's been on for fucking 11 seasons. It's had so many ups and downs, and then on top of that you've got so many spin-offs in this universe too. It's like the MCU. Like, sure, you can be sad at the end of Avengers Endgame, you know, like, oh, Tony's dead, and it feels like an end of an era, but it's also a new beginning too. Because you still have the universe ongoing, and you still have characters from the earlier films still in the MCU, you know, and their stories are still continuing. It's like it's the same with Walking Dead. The flagship show may end, but as a story, it's not done. You know, the characters are going to still be there, right? Hopefully, anyway. And hopefully Vic's going to appear in this final season, because I'm going to stand by this. You can't end the show without Vic fucking Grimes. You can't. He started the story. The first fucking opening shot is of him. Of him, like, getting out that police car. Well, not the opening shot, but it's him coming down the road, right? In the police car. Bring him back. Have like a 5-minute end credit scene or after credit scene or something. Just bring him back. Bring him back. Set up the movie somehow. Like, they could do multiple setups in the finale. They could set up the Negan and Maggie spin-off. They could set up the Daryl and Carol spin-off. And they could set up the Rick movie. And then also wrap up certain characters' stories in the finale. But yeah, that's enough for me rambling. Like I said, good but slow episode. Hopefully, next episode delivers without a fucking shitty cliffhanger. Please, for the love of God. And hopefully we get a big major death next episode too, because I just feel like it's needed with all this tension and build-up they've been doing for a couple of episodes now. I feel like we need a big death. You know, we're 16 episodes into the final season and we haven't had a massive death yet. It just feels weird. Or 15 episodes in. We'll be 16 by next episode anyway. I'm losing my voice. I swear to God, like, if the only big death next episode is Leah, or some shit, or she kills like some minor character, I'm actually going to throw hands. Because it's just stupid. Like, honestly, legitimately, if Leah is like the only big death, I wouldn't be surprised if she is. If she's the only big death next episode, then what was the point of even making her survive? Now that I'm thinking about it, just the level of writing this past season with the Reapers and just like them skipping over a lot of shit, I feel like nobody will die next episode. Please, someone die. Kill like Alan or Gabe or something. Please. Please. I still feel like Gabe should have died last season though. His death should have been the season 10 episode 16. When he was like holding off the whispers. It would have been such a sick death. Would have been so good. But clearly the show doesn't have the balls to kill characters anymore. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.